Hey guys, it's Callie from Reality Check. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you can get all the updated news. Okay, to the episode. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
It's been a while, guys. How you doing? I hope you've been good.
We're tired.
Or hungover. And we'll tell you why right now here on this episode.
We gotta talk about it.
So we went to the historic Aces game yesterday. Woo!
We won.
Oh yeah, and we won our shirts. And it was a lot of fun. Met a lot of people. It was an adventure.
It was.
Oh my god, it was an adventure from start to end.
Oh man. It started when we decided we're gonna park at Park MGM. And by the way, parking for that game was only $30.
Yeah.
Not 50 like when Lady Gaga is around.
Yeah.
It was only $30. So that was cool.
Okay, cool.
And we made sure to park right by the elevator on a floor that was pretty much empty so we could find our car.
Yeah.
And in doing so, we end up on this elevator.
Oh my god. So the elevator has about 9 people on it already, and they're all like boomer age. And they can't figure out the elevator, and everyone starts talking on top of each other like, you gotta press the button, no one's on the second floor, they just go to the basement. And I was like, oh my god, get me out of this shit box.
It was the funniest thing.
Oh my god.
Because they were like, press the basement. So somebody presses the basement button, and then it takes us to level 2 and then back up to level 5, and we just keep running into people. And we're like, you know what? Let's just get back down to 2, and then we'll just go down the stairs.
Yeah, well, we're capable.
It's
okay.
Fine. But then when we got out of the elevator and we went to the crosswalk, those same people that were in the elevator beat us.
And then, yeah, they did. And they not only beat us, but then we had a crosswalk. Now there's the guard is stopping traffic.
Right, but you had to go like over here, then go over here.
Yeah, you kind of had to take technically with the crosswalks. The guy is stopping the traffic. And so he's like, just come on, guys. Like, I'm stopping traffic. Just walk across the street. Don't mind.
So we were like walking diagonal through the middle of traffic because it's all stopped. Yeah. And Callie and I are like, sweet. Whatever. And we're just like, let's go. And these like old ladies, man, are like, we're going to get hit by a car. We're not even using the crosswalk.
We're not using the crosswalk. This isn't safe. And I'm like, do you know the crosswalk doesn't have a force field on it? Turns out it's the same crosswalk as like 2 feet in front of you, which you're on. But like, it was just wild. I was like, wow. Okay, guys, is this what I'm going to expect when I get old? Maybe.
It was really funny. But and then the line to get in was a little bit long. So I was like, let's start drinking. Yes. And so we find, they have like the outdoor bars, like they had the Jameson bar. It wasn't open, but the Jameson bar, we went to the Absolute bar. And I'm like, we get up there, and it seemed like they only had beer. And this bartender was like, would you like a real drink? And I was like, and then she's like, do you want vodka or tequila? And I was like, tequila. She goes, cool. Which, by the way, behind my bar, if you come up and ask me for something cool, I'm going to just have that much more respect for you and be like, and get more excited and just be like, yes, okay, I have this cocktail for you. And so she made me a prickly pear margarita with fresh lemon, like we're talking like sour mix, like fresh sour, like lemon, lime, like simple, like fresh. But also the prickly pear juice that we have at Vic's. And so I was like, oh my God, this lady is my spirit animal. And
she was really cute too.
It was, so we had a couple of drinks and sat in the shade while everybody was standing in the sunlight. Now, what's funny is before we got onto the elevator, there was a sign that said what kind of bags you can bring in. Now, I wore a clear bag fanny pack from lessons I learned at Taylor Swift. So, I was like, Callie, I don't think your bag's gonna fit.
My dyslexic ass read it backwards.
And
I was like, yeah, it fits that.
She's like, no, it's a carry-on. Like, they mean, like, carry-on bags.
Well, because I was reading a sign saying no carry-on bags.
Callie had to check in her bag once we got all the way up to the front. All the way up to the entrance.
Which, you know what? They were like, does it fit this? And I was like, first of all, my bag is just a cloth bag. It fits any size.
Yeah, but when you go, like, get on a flight for, like, Spirit Airlines or Frontier, even if your bag fits, they say it's free, but it's not.
Oh, I've never had a problem with my purse. But, yeah, no, I had to check a bag. But that was easy. Just get the app. It was just hot outside. There's no shade out there, which you would think...
In Toshiba Plaza, there was no shade.
You would think there should be some shade out there.
No, it was not.
But, yeah, no, and then,
So we get in.
Yeah.
And, now mind you, I bought these tickets the very day that Caitlin Clark was drafted into the WNBA. When she was drafted to the Fever, the second they announced her name, my ass was on my phone behind my bar. Getting, like, here you go. Like, we have tickets. Yes. We're going to go witness Kate Martin get drafted. Well, actually, I bought those tickets, and then Kate Martin got drafted, and I was like, this is better. And so I looked at the floor plan, right? Because I was like, oh, I can sit up top for, like, $60, $80, whatnot. Or I can sit 12 rows from the court for $120. Yes, ma'am.
That's what we're doing.
Like,
that's what we're doing.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
I took a picture of the floor plan, sent it to Callie, showed my boyfriend. I was like, we're going to do this. And we're like, yeah, it's going to be like a very like incredible night. I'm going to have a sign. We're going to get on the Jumbotron. We are going to party. Caitlin Clark's going to see us. Kate Martin's going to see us. Asia Wilson's going to see us. Like, this is going to be
our time to shine.
This is our time to shine. I remember at one point we passed up, we were like walking to our seats and Callie goes, oh my God, there's Mercedes in the morning.
I was like, oh my God.
We're on the same level as Mercedes in the morning.
Yes, bitch. We're leveling up in life.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. So then I find an usher and I'm like, excuse me, could you tell me where section 118 is? And he's like, oh yeah, it's right here. You just have to go up that flight of stairs. Yeah.
So, and then we had to go up more flights of stairs.
We were in this top corner.
Well,
where no one could see us.
Nope. I can even show you a photo.
We were even in the dark. Like, I was looking the whole time we were in the dark. To God, we were even in the dark. Because I was looking, like, at our seats across the stadium.
Yeah.
And, like, they were, like, those lights were on. The majority of the people in our section had Indiana Fever shirts on, so I think that might be a thing. But
how would they be able to tell with
I don't know. I don't
Listen,
know.
I think this is what happened. Originally, when you bought tickets, it was for the Michelob Ultra Arena at Mandalay Bay. Then they had to go to T-Mobile because they had such a demand for tickets. So what I think happened was, why would we give someone these really expensive seats, even though they paid for them, when we can just charge 5 times the amount for the really expensive seats and get the money for them? So we got bumped, and they sold those tickets for a lot. And the mascot shot a T-shirt gun, and it went into the crowd, and I said, oh, right where we were supposed to be.
See how far that reaches? Right where we were supposed to sit. And, like, our whole section was just, like, laughing at us.
Because other people had the same issue.
Everyone had the same problem. I was like, we were supposed to be sitting right there.
And they're like, me too. It's really weird, because I swear to God, it was super close to the court.
It was definitely like, this is what I wanted versus this is what I got.
But, I gotta say, it was pretty funny. I got accidental footage of, like, the greatest pass ever.
Oh, yeah. So Callie is, like, just taking B-roll footage for, like, for content for the show or for, like,
not
Instagram.
Even paying attention.
Not paying attention to what's going on.
Just trying
and
to
all of a sudden,
camera.
I watch Caitlin Clark do this backwards pass to Aaliyah Boston, and they make that 2-point layup right there. And me and this lady in front of us were like, holy shit. And I looked at Callie. You can
hear it in the video, too.
I looked at Callie and I was like, did you get that?
I said I did. Because everyone started cheering, so I was like, oh, something happened.
Oh, my God. And then the lady in front of us was like, can you send that?
Yeah, she's like, I got a 4th grader
as if it wasn't going to be all over, like, the Indiana Fever, like, highlight reel.
That's funny. But still.
Or all over, like, ESPN. Like, that. All over ESPN.
Yeah.
But Callie got it first. Like, it was like...
It's true. I was there. ESPN, call me. I got some footage for you.
Yeah.
It's a little grainy.
It was hilarious.
It would have been better if we were sitting in the seats we were supposed to.
if we were sitting where we were supposed to be sitting, we would be getting calls from ESPN.
I mean,
listen, and the Fever and the Aces.
Yeah, right. It'd be like, yeah, sure, content.
Oh,
no,
shit.
But then my favorite part was the halftime show. And first they had this little game where you had to push a little car around, and the original prize was a signed poster by Kristen Bell. And I was like, first of all, it just became the new joke.
I was like, are you sure? Because I didn't.
No, absolutely. That's absolutely what it was. Because I was like, a signed poster by Kristen Bell.
We've both been drinking a little bit.
I was like, that's the prize. And so they do the little car thing, and then they got a surprise Theo Von tickets. And I was like, oh, that's a good prize. Yeah. But like a signed poster from Kristen Bell? Oh my goodness. Not even Elsa. Kristen Bell. And I was like, okay. So,
well, there was one other thing that happened. So
I
went up. So Callie's all excited, right? She goes to get food, which, by the way, their food was,
it was really good.
Really
and like
good.
Price.
Really good. Like cheese fries with candied bacon. Yes, please.
That's only $14 too.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's less than what we charge at Kimmel's for that shit. Oh my God. Okay, so Callie texts me. She goes, oh my God, the bathroom and the bar are right at the bottom of the stairs. Like, this is such a win for us.
Thanks.
Like, this is the best, right? So she comes back up and I'm like, okay, well, I think I want to drink now. So I go downstairs and yes, there is a bar, right? But they only had like the seltzers and like the canned Jameson and gingers. And I'm like, do you have liquor? Like real liquor? And he was like, no. And I like look through the corner of my eye and I see the whole Jameson bar. And like, I was like,
that's where I wanna
and
be.
I look at this bartender and I'm like, and he goes, don't worry, you're not locked in. If you want to go get actual liquor, you can go get actual liquor.
He's
and I was like,
by now.
okay, cool. So I run over to the Jameson booth, right? And they had like Jameson cold brew, Jameson stout, Jameson orange, and like obviously like regular Jameson. Yeah. And I was like, okay, but if you have Jameson cold brew, like you probably don't have it, but you don't have espresso martinis, right? Like you don't. I'm assuming you don't. And she's like, no. And I go, okay, but like
you kind of do.
What is gonna go with this Jameson cold brew? Like maybe coffee. Might be kind of weird, but
like
maybe like maybe Coca-Cola, like Jameson cold brew and Coke. Like it might be weird, but you know, like so. Like,
gotta give it a try.
So I'm sitting here giving the bartenders like advice, like, you know what you could totally do, and like with that Jameson cold brew. I don't know about Jameson stout, but I know about Jameson cold brew, and then I had idea, and I wanted to get into the Jameson orange, but I was like, no, I'm gonna miss the game if I get into the Jameson orange stuff. So I was like, oh, just give me an Irish mule. And then like when I left, they like thanked me for the recipes.
They were like, thank God, we were trying to get rid of this some way somehow.
They were like, you know, the people who set this bar up don't think things all the way through because they give us all this product, but like nothing to pair it with. Like there are no mixers for these. And I was like, right, but you have ginger beer, right? They're like, yeah. I'm like, cool, give me a mule.
Yeah.
But
Perfect.
So I was happy with actual liquor. And then what was cool was like when I initially got tickets, I made this post about how we were going to witness history because Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin were face to face. They had played a few other games before, but it was pretty cool to see two past teammates play together or against each other. And I was like, we're going to witness history. And it turns out one way or the other.
Oh my goodness. What was it?
We did.
Almost like 21,000. No, 22, 21?
So the official number was 20,366. It didn't make sense when they said largest in the WNBA since 1999, but also the largest in WNBA history. And I'm like, didn't the WNBA start before that? I feel like I remember Lisa Leslie and like Cheryl Swoops and stuff being around when I was like playing when I was young.
Olympics though.
I don't know. So, but I was like, okay, well that's cool. And then they hit us with the largest attended
sports attendance
sporting event at T-Mobile
Arena. Because the ice rink is a little bit bigger. So
I was like, how is that possible with the Golden Knights being like sold out all the time, especially during like the Stanley Cup? Like, how is that possible? Because the rink is bigger than the court, it takes up more space.
Yeah. So you lose 1,000 or 2. But yeah, no, it was kind of funny. I was like, damn, bitch, you manifested that.
Yep.
And she's been doing a lot of that lately.
Part
so
of
I'm
history.
like, manifest harder, please. Oh my God. Make us millions. Make us millions. But then after the game, oh, we forgot we saw the Jabberwockies. That's what they're called, right?
The Jabberwockies were halftime.
Were their halftime show and their little dancey dance. I posted it on our Instagram. But it was fun. I gotta say, this is not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I'm not a dance group girl.
So, like, I would go see Blue Man Group, though. Maybe.
Yeah, I'd just
I don't
rather
know,
see
but to
Blue
me,
Man
I was
Group.
like, cool, we saw the Jabberwockies at halftime. Now I don't have to go see them.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt. I was like, free
I
show!
I could not imagine doing like a 2-hour show with that.
No.
I'd be like, okay, we can wrap this up.
I mean, if you love that stuff, you will have a great time.
Yeah.
But
don't.
it's not really our jam.
It's all right.
Yeah.
But what is our jam is beer. So we decided, okay, after the game, let's go let traffic die down. We're going to go to New York.
By the way, my ticket said doors open at 5, game starts at 7:30. Game started at 6:30. Yeah. So I'm glad we didn't wait till 7:30 to get there.
Which I don't think we were going to do anyways.
Oh, no, we were going to go party.
Yeah, so, but yeah, no, it was just crazy because, like, so we were looking around New York.
Yeah.
And there was nothing.
There wasn't
I mean,
really
there was,
anything.
like, Coyote Ugly, but,
yeah,
like...
but that was upstairs. Like, we weren't, like, we were all
The
still
Irish
sweating
bar.
it.
Yeah.
Well, the Irish bar was packed already.
Yeah.
So there's that.
And then we tried to go out front and, like,
we tried to troll around.
Bridge.
We tried to troll around the Hershey store, and there was
but
there were so many people that I was getting like, oh god.
There's so many little kids moving around so quickly, and
yeah,
they all came from the game, and I get it. That's gonna be a Vegas baby adventure, anyways, because that's more.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like quick in like little candy store. It's an adventure. So I was like, oh okay, and then we start wandering, and
we come across Beer House.
And we're like, oh, hell yeah, let's give it a go. Let's give it a try. And so when you walk in, you order your food one area and you order your alcohol another area.
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
We were full from the fries, so we didn't really
get food. But their beer menu was great.
But, like, I will say I was, like, looking at the prices.
Yeah.
And they were decent. It was like you could get like a brisket sandwich for like $15.
Oh,
like
that's
15,
not bad
$16.
Yeah, no, it was
which is
and the
about
food
the
looked
average
good.
for like even a restaurant off the strip. Like,
yeah. Well, and the food looked really good too. It smelled really good, and the beer menu was awesome too.
Oh, it was extensive.
I mean, and so what did you order again?
I ordered a blood orange wheat beer.
Yeah,
and it was a California.
Yeah, I just remember the name Cali in it.
It was like a Cali.
Mine was like a big.
It was a Cali squeeze.
Ooh.
Is what it was called. But it was a wheat beer.
Yeah, mine was some
you just got a Las Vegas Pale Ale.
Yeah, it was like
or lager. Sorry, yeah, like a lager.
And it was good. And the price, oh my god, it was like $19 for both drinks.
2 beers for
oh
like
my god,
$18.50 plus tax.
Because listen, the next story we'll get into
yeah.
later. I'll tell you my adventure on the strip and how much it cost. But yeah, like we were like $18, hell yeah! And they have like Jenga set up side. Yep. It was like really
we went
nice.
outside at a picnic table.
Yeah,
and just got caught up on life and just. It was
chilled.
a really. Oh, we took pictures at the waterfall.
Oh yeah, there's a little waterfall out there that's really nice, and like yeah, it was just a fun little time. And it was a good time. We recommend it.
Yes,
we'll definitely go to another Aces game.
Yes, Yes, I'd actually been hearing the last couple of years from people that go to Aces games, and they're like, they are so much fun.
There's a lot of theatrics. I'm not gonna lie,
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But the whole experience was really great. I'm just gonna have to. I think whatever Fever Aces game that's not at T-Mobile, because the last Fever Aces game was actually at Michelob.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why this game in particular had to be at T-Mobile. Like,
is it because it was after they got the new players?
I think there was just a lot of because I think there was just a lot of hype surrounding this one date. They're like, oh, the July 2nd game might be moved.
Oh,
but they played the Aces like a couple other times.
Oh, huh.
So, and one of them was at Michelob. So
weird.
What I thought was really funny is even though it was at T-Mobile, they still made the court look like it was the Michelob Ultra Arena.
Well, that's the sticker.
Because
they weren't going to buy a new sticker. They were like, that's a lot of money. You get what you get. And you don't throw a fit. And Michelob Ultra says, I will throw a fit.
Yeah.
I will. So
because it had to have been at because it was supposed to be at Michelob, and that's
that's
where all
what I
their
mean.
games are. So they had to just keep up with the advertising. But it was just a really incredible night all around. I got a shirt. It was only like $35.
I thought it was really reasonable.
Really good quality.
Yeah.
Like it's really light. Like
no, I was
$35.
impressed because you see the merch and it starts at $50-$70 sometimes. Yeah, and you're like, Jesus Christ!
As a Swiftie, I know this.
Yes,
someone who spent a lot of money on stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, it was great. And then we had another adventure too.
We went to Reckless in Vegas. Now this had been on the books for us for a long time. Elizabeth Dialga told me a while ago that she was going to be doing Reckless in Vegas. And so Callie and I were like, yep, okay, in the calendar. So I took a day off work, which I never do. So Elizabeth, I hope you know how much I love you. I lost about $200 that night, but that's fine. Damn. But it was worth it.
Yeah, no, it was so awesome. Like, honestly, the Fremont was really cool that night too, but when we got there, it was great. We got lotto tickets. We got the lotto tickets.
Did we win?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we lost.
Oh.
It's okay. Next time. Not gonna go again.
So Michael Shapiro bought 400 lottery tickets. Or I think 400. There weren't 400 people there, but it was like
200 or something.
Yeah, he bought lottery tickets for every single person.
Yeah.
In attendance that day.
I guess they do that every show.
It's a thing where whoever wins has to invest in the show.
Which, I mean, the Powerball, the Mega Ball or something was at $97 million. Put some money in.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, it was awesome because it's so amazing to see Paige. It's so amazing to see everybody. Elizabeth was amazing. Tony Arias.
I remember that because it was like Jodi Arias. Like, that's how I remember that. Yeah. It was actually the first time I'd seen Tony Arias. I mean, He's
hilarious.
I'd seen like videos of him at Composer's Room.
Yeah.
So he's always there. And that was the first time that I had seen him, and he stole the show.
Oh my God, he was so funny. He was saying hi to such a big New York personality, which works so well with that 1950s music. Yeah. I mean, because, Frank Sinatra, like New York type guys. And so he just goes, he stole the show. And then Kelly Vaughn came on stage too at one point. Oh my God.
It was like we were fed that night. So
it was so much fun.
So at one point I remember sitting there going, okay, I bet Elizabeth is going to come out for this song. Like certain songs I was like, this is Elizabeth's song. Elizabeth's going to come out. And then when she she didn't, but then like the next song she did, and I was just losing my mind because I absolutely love her. We adore her. Yeah. She's one of the most incredibly talented people we've ever met, and so oh my God, she walked out and I'm like losing my mind. And then she came out and sang Can't Help Falling in Love. Yeah. And oh God, it just everything was so great. And then it was weird. Like we saw Kelly, and Kelly was like, yeah, I'm here because just in case like Elizabeth couldn't be here, in case like
something happened with flights and stuff. Because she got in, I think, the day before.
Yeah. So
midday.
So I was like, oh, okay. Weird, but okay, yeah, cool, I get it. And then at the end, Kelly and Elizabeth sang together, and that was just
it was incredible. I think the best thing that's ever happened to me, including my child. No, I'm joking.
It was like,
but you know what I mean.
It was like seeing like your idols on stage together. Like, what do you do about that?
I will say, in a past episode with Paige, I was like, I would love to see Kelly Vaughn and Elizabeth sing together. And she's like, well, it's going to happen at Reckless. And I did not process the information at the time because I was like,
left us that Easter egg and we just let it go.
Yeah. And Paige, I see you.
We see you.
But it was so much fun. I mean, and then afterwards we went to Don't Tell Mamas.
Yes.
I got a new best friend named Lindsay. We found out we were the same person.
Oh, man. I was literally, and it was so funny because I was sitting in between the two of you, and I was like, oh, damn. Why am I surrounded by twins here? Like,
it was funny.
What is happening?
It was so much fun.
And then Emily, who runs the space, showed up, and it was so funny because it was like, I'd gone up to Kenny Davison, and I was like, I know you have a plethora of Taylor Swift songs in your a repertoire, so I'm gonna need one. And he's like, which one? I was like, I don't care. And then 5 minutes later, in walks Emily, and I was like, oh, she's not going to let me down. And so Emily gets up there and she sings Champagne Problems. And you can hear me screaming the bridge in the video.
True. It was the only time Jessica and I are going to have a Taylor Swift moment together. So I was like,
God,
this is it.
So great.
It was pretty funny.
Like, what a shame she's fucked in
yeah, I mean, we literally, I was like, here we go. No, it was a lot of fun. And then also, I mean, Don't Tell Mamas is a fun little joint.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so quiet. I don't want to say it's quiet.
Singing bartenders.
So what's really funny, though, is that when you I have a video of us walking in and this guy is dancing so weird, and I'm gonna point it out. You gotta check our Instagram, look at it. But anyways, it's so funny. He's like, and I did not even see it while it was happening. It was a great moment.
and then fake boy George came and sat down with us.
I forgot about fake boy George. Yeah, he did. He was fabulous, sweaty but fabulous. Insert picture here.
It was really funny because he just kept he grabbed Paige's hand. Oh, by the way, we actually got to go out and party with Paige.
Like, oh yeah, that was really nice.
Happens.
We've never done that before.
We never get to do that. Well, I did it once or twice, but
yeah,
Callie and I never get to do that together. So, but at one point, fake boy George grabs Paige's hand and he's like, "I just love you so much.
Oh, I know.
I just love you so much," and it was so funny.
No, it was good. It was a great night, and
it was a very memorable night. We had a good time.
It was, yeah, and I can't wait to do it again.
We did lots of shots.
Oh, I only did one.
I think I did 2.
Yeah, there was no way I was doing a second one.
Yeah.
I was hungover that day, too.
Lindsay kept buying shots.
Yeah, she was having fun.
She
was hungover as hell the next day, too.
I'm sure.
So, Vegas Baby and I had quite the adventure. Family adventure time.
I was actually very jealous of this.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. It was so much fun. I didn't realize. I'll get into that afterwards. I don't know how parents vacation here. I would never vacation here. One day is great. That was a fun night out with the stroller. I don't want to do that a second day. I'm going to stay home tomorrow. People that stay here for 4 days with kids.
God help you.
Yeah, seriously, don't know what you're doing. That's all right. So we decided to park at Harrah's because I have free parking at Caesar's Properties, and it's just right across the street from the Mirage. So we parked at Harrah's, and we stopped by the Flamingos, and Danger had so much fun. He loves his flamingos.
It's going to be a fun video.
And, he's throwing coins into this fountain, and he just I mean, he just has so much fun. And that's the second time. No, it's the third time I've taken him there, but now he's getting older and he totally knows where he's going. Yeah. It's kind of funny. And so as we're walking to Flamingo, let me backtrack a little bit. There's one of those character Spider-Mans out there.
Oh, yeah.
This boy's obsessed with Spider-Man. And Spider-Man was dirty.
He really is, because he comes up to me, when we filmed our last episode, he kept coming up to me going like this.
Goes, psst, psst.
And so I was like,
Spider-Man,
right back.
He goes, Spider-Man. And so we love Spider-Man, but Spider-Man was dirty. And he was like, no. Then he did want to take a picture with Spider-Man, but the volcano show was dirty. So we got to see the flamingos. Then we hopped back over to the Mirage, and we got to watch the volcano show. It was pretty cool. I don't know what people are hyping it up as. I don't know. It's fire. I don't know.
Every time I've seen the
volcano
show, I'm usually across the street at Harrah's because the fire is so hot that you can feel it. You can feel it literally still standing in front of Casino Royale.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so, I mean, it's cool, but I'd rather go to the fountains. The fountains are pretty.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Have you seen the fountain show at Caesar's? Over by the Cheesecake Factory?
No.
Oh, we gotta do that. They have the animatronics, and it's
Well, I know about the one inside the mall, when that animatronic show is
it's
a
little
broken.
Animatronic, King Titan, and
I have seen that show. Yeah, it's always broken.
Yes.
King Titan sometimes doesn't move.
And it's weird. It's it's Chuck E. Cheese shit.
Oh my god, it's such old classic Disney shit too.
It's so funny.
It's so bad, it's good.
But then you see the fountains go up when he's trying when he moves, so the waves. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
hopefully
cool.
one day we can get there and take Danger and it won't be broken.
that's a high hope. That's like hoping a McDonald's ice cream machine's not broken. You know it is. But it's kind of what brings the charm of it too. Like, oh, it's broken again. But yeah, so we went and we saw that. Then I went inside. I grabbed some chips from the Mirage because I learned from the Tropicana. So I got my chips. I got my $5 chips and a couple $1 chips. Anyways, not $25 like I got scammed into. Anyways, and then we walked to the Bellagio fountains, lots of walking. And Vegas Baby saw the fountains for the first time.
Oh.
And then he danced his little dancey dance. The first song they played was an Ed Sheeran song, and it was the most boring show. And I was like, what the fuck was this? And I was like, we're going to stay. It's 15 minutes. We're going to stay, guys. Just drink another beer. Calm down. And so that's what we did. And then it was Bruno Mars, and it was pretty okay after that.
Drink prices.
Oh my gosh. So let me tell you what we did, y'all. Did we fill up the diaper bag full of beer? Yes. Did we just buy, like, Nathan wanted a blue drink, one of the slushy drinks? $35 for a slushy drink. Uncle Dave and Aunt Mallory's drinks together with tip was almost $100.
You know, our drinks at T-Mobile weren't that bad either.
No, they were not.
They, like, my drink was like $23, $22. And I was like,
a tall can at the arena was like $18, but the tall can at Harrah's was $25.
Yeah, so girl math, saved a little money.
Yeah. So it was kind of wild.
Jameson and ginger beer at Carnival Court is like $35.
Yeah, that's $35 too.
So
it's insane drinking. I mean, luckily for us, we had to keep on moving. Like Vegas, I mean, we're here in Vegas with a baby. You can't really not. You have to keep moving. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Because of gaming. And so it's easier then to keep a backpack full of beer.
Yeah.
But I got to say, I don't know who's coming out here not doing that. If you can afford that, hit me up. Pay my bills. Yeah. It's still Vegas. But yeah, no. It was so much fun. We also went to the Harrah's pool again. Always recommend Harrah's pool.
Yeah.
Always.
For kids.
Always. For kids, yeah. And drinks there, too, were fucking astronomical.
Yeah.
$35 for, like, an average slushy thing.
Gross.
And I was like, oh my god. So bring your own beer. That's the moral of the story.
Do they check your bag?
No, they don't even check you.
Oh.
You just walk in.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Good
just
to
go
know.
up the little walkway, and then you let yourself in, and no one asks you anything.
Cool.
It's pretty rad. But yeah.
So, I also had an adventure last week.
It's true.
We are tired. When I said we are tired, we are tired. Because I still have stuff to do tonight and tomorrow after work. Like, it's still going.
And it's 4th of July.
It's 4th of July. It's still going. Like my 2-week party binge is still going. I'm in the middle of it. So
same.
Last Tuesday, I went to Casa Don Juan with my friend Santana.
Ooh.
And in the arts district. We sat at the bar. They had gaming machines that aren't working. So I don't know if they just don't have a gaming license anymore or they just never got it, whatever.
Yeah.
We sat at the bar. The bar was kind of like an afterthought kind of thing. But the bartender was cool. Like I ordered a Oaxacan old fashioned. That is my new favorite cocktail. Like, it's the best. So it's basically like equal parts mezcal, blanco, agave, bitters. That's it. That's all it is. 4 ingredients.
Ooh.
And so I asked the bartender to make me one, and then she added a smoker to it. And I was like, Casa Don Juan smokes their old fashioned?
Hell yeah.
Casa Don Juan. Casa Don Juan
Sign me up, brother.
smokes their old fashions. So it was so funny. So like when I ordered that, Santana was like, no, I want that too. I don't even know what it tastes like. I don't even know. Just give me one.
I want it.
I want it.
I want it.
So we had a really great lunch. And then I was like, you know what? Do you want to go to Stray Pirate? And she's like, what's that? And I showed it to her. And I was like, we basically just go walk into a pirate ship.
Yeah.
And
it's
luckily, so we walk in, and my friend Alan, who was an original bartender at Vic's, he was also over at Oak and Ivy and Lost Spirits.
Ooh.
He was actually the bartender in the exclusive area where you had to pay like for the food and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
dinner.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
So I walk in and it's for like they open at 2:00. We got there about 3:30. It was packed in there, and poor Alan, it's his Monday, and he's like, "What the hell?" Like,
I'm gonna make money, but
save me. What's happening? It's Tuesday afternoon. Why do I have all these people? But apparently, like a lot of people were doing their own little like tiki bar crawl kind of thing, and so they were going to all the tiki bars.
Okay.
And there was like a bachelorette party just doing all of it, and so I was like, oh, okay. But I had one drink. I can't remember what it was. I have it. It's on the Instagram. And then Santana had she had one. It was like something called like it was like a SpongeBob or something like that.
Oh,
it was
funny.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But then like we're like looking through the Instagram trying to like we like pictures. Yeah. So we're looking at the Instagram and we're looking at the menu and we're like, well, which drink do they light on fire?
I want that one.
I want that. So we're like, yo, Alan.
Light some shit on fire. Let's go, buddy.
Oh, which drink on here do you light on fire? And he sounds like me. He goes, oh, that's on the secret menu.
Oh.
So they have a secret menu too.
Oh, I want a secret menu.
And so he was like, yeah, the secret menu, that's all shit I light on fire. He's like those were his words. He's like, I'm the house pyro. It's great. And so she had a painkiller, which is like, oof. Yeah. It's like, it's rum, pineapple, and like
coconut. If you've ever been to the Caribbean, you know it.
It's kind of like it's kind of like a pina colada.
Yeah.
And so, but it was in a
cruise ship sell those a lot too.
And it was on top, and then it was garnished with like a pineapple chip laying on top, and then it had a sugar cube. And then he just torched that shit. And the whole drink was just on fire, and it was awesome. There's a video of it on the Instagram page. Go check it out.
Reality Check Las Vegas.
Stray Pirate is open every day from 2 p.m. to midnight.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to have to go. Listen, I want to go so stupid bad. I will.
It's a great time.
Because Mallory really wants to go too,
So then that night, I went to karaoke.
Where?
And at Gillies. Hadn't been there.
Oh, we haven't done a Gillies karaoke in a long time.
Since Halloween.
Yeah.
So it's been a long, long time. And so I get there and everyone's like shocked to see me because we normally film our show that day. And then on off days, I just sleep. So I haven't gone anywhere. And so I went up, did my, did Blank Space, and they were renovating the restaurant, so it was extra busy at the bar. So I did Blank Space and did my whole like run around the dance floor, hyping people up.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And then I go to give the microphone back, and Kirk looks at me and he goes, "Where the fuck have you been?"
You're like, "Sorry,
I'm the one that gets the party started." And
hey, he's like, "It's been so boring."
I was told by a few people, they're like, "Your presence is being noticed, okay? Just so you know." And I'm like, "Oh shit, sorry." But it was a great time. I once again got into a battle with a straw and spilled my drink on me again.
Maybe that's the curse of Gillies.
I am never. No more straws for Jessica at Gillies. Okay, just no more. Luckily, I was wearing all black. And like the fabric was like light enough that it just kind of rolled off. But the rest of my body was like freezing because it was like ice cold. So I was like, okay, well, all right. And then Brandon saw me perform Britney.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's a big performance.
Yeah.
What did he say about that?
I did Toxic, and he was like Travis Kelce at the Eras Tour. He was so excited and was videoing it.
That's funny.
He was yelling into the camera, "Oh my god, the choreo!" Because I yell that whenever I see Christina Shaw.
That's funny.
So it was a whole thing, and he was really proud of me. And then the next day, stop. And then the next day,
it's cute.
He and I got up. And we went to the Circa pool.
Listen, that pool's so cool.
We met up with Melba. You know Melba Jones from she's one of she's her face is on a billboard.
I don't think she works
at Gillies,
anymore.
but she has not worked there. Raven is on that billboard too. She hasn't worked there either in a long time. And then Jeff and Stephanie Garay who like Stephanie was my cocktail waitress at Carnival Court.
Oh, okay.
And then
yeah.
And then Jeff bartended at Numb Bar, and then he was at Caesars, and then Jeff and Stephanie both worked together at Cat's Meow.
Okay.
And now Stephanie is at Ichabod's.
Oh, where's that?
I don't know. I think it's in like the Arts District somewhere. And then I forgot where Jeff is now because I forgot where. It'll come to me later.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hadn't seen them since they worked at Cat's Meow.
Oh, okay.
But I hadn't hung out with them since like Stephanie's 33rd birthday party at Stephanie's house.
Which was just last year.
Yeah. So it had been a really long time. And it was funny because like Brandon was like, how long have you guys known each other? And Stephanie was like, Jessica and I have been friends for like 12 years.
I mean, really, it's like
around that time.
Yeah.
It's more like 10 or 11.
But still.
It's kind of like Rob Staley when he tells people we've been friends for like 13, 14 years and I've only been in Vegas for 12. And I'm like, I'll give it to you. That's fine. That sounds about right. Whatever, you know? Like,
that's funny.
It seems longer to me, too.
Those couple of years lasted a long time.
Yeah. But we had a lot of fun. We got there at about 11. And we left at like 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I wore like SPF 4, and then every hour, like Brandon kept reminding me. He was like, "Babe, you got to put some more sunscreen on. You don't want to burn." I'm like, "Oh, it's my SPF 4. Like, I'm gonna burn anyway. I gotta get this tan though. It's fine."
Stressing me out. It's a mom. Like
we did a lot. We did some. It was funny because Stephanie kept buying shots. Melba kept buying shots.
Yeah,
and so we drank a lot. And then I came home and passed out. And then Brandon went to work.
Oh my god! Oh,
he went to work.
And he was a lobster.
He went to zombie right.
Well, I don't know if he was a lobster. I just know he felt it the next day for sure.
Yeah, so we came home, Brandon got ready here, and then he went to zombie, and he's like, oh my god. I was like, oh well. And then on Sunday, we went to Carlos Mencia. Now, Pompey, who owns Jimmy Kimmel's, took over the showroom where the ex-Country Girls play. Perform at.
Okay.
So they took over that showroom, and it was full. And it was funny because Uncle Gary was like, "You want to go to the Carlos Mencia thing?" I'm like, "Sure." What day is it? He's like, "Sunday." I'm like, "Sweet." I'm off at 4. Now I'm off at 6 because of our new summer hours at Vic's. So I went straight from Vic's to Harrah's.
Yeah.
And oh my god, it was like it was cool. I got to like mingle. Like I saw Joy and I saw Farrell Dillon and his wife Amanda, who I like absolutely love.
Yeah.
She's like Swift. She's right up there, Swifty world with me.
That's always fun.
And so like, I got to see a lot of people. It was great. And then, his set was really amazing.
Yeah.
From what I could hear, because I had hecklers all around me.
Oh.
But his whole...
I was going to make a funny joke, but I'm going to keep...
His whole set, it was cool because it was like all one storyline, and it just kept coming back to the same storyline.
Okay.
And it was all about how America, like why America is the most badass country in the world.
Interesting.
And he started talking about, because he used to, like, he would perform for the military.
Yeah.
And so he was like, one time, like, our base got attacked.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
He's like, when I tell you what I saw and then how I know, like, our military will, like, come crush you.
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's a definite thing. But he brought up this point, and I thought it was the funniest shit. He goes, when you see, like, look at the Russian army, they're all Russians, right? They're all Russians, right? You go to, like the Ukrainian, they're all Ukrainian. Like, they're all, but you, like, look at the U.S. military and how diverse it is. Everybody comes from all these different backgrounds with all these different skill sets. Like, he was like, black people have one skill set, and then or have this one skill set, and then, like, Mexicans have this skill set, and then, like, he just kept going and, like, going down the line, and he was like, we will fuck you up. I was like, I never thought of it that way. That's hilarious. So that part, like, that had me, like, laughing hysterically. That one point he did talk about how, like, the whole participation trophy, this and that. He wasn't worried. It really reminded me a lot of like the Tom Brady roast. He didn't give a fuck. He was like, I've been canceled 8 times, so whatever. So then, so he was like, coffee makers now have to be called baristas. And then he goes, bartenders now have to be called mixologists. And I was like, and Brandon kind of looked at me. He's like, don't even. It's fine.
He's going to eat you up, bitch.
Just let it go. Let it go. And I was like, okay, but there's, and I'm like, babe, but there's a difference, right? Like,
but the barista's going to say the same thing.
Like a bartender's like, yeah, here's your vodka soda, here's your margarita. A mixologist spends all night in their head coming up with crazy ass recipes that are gonna taste good. That's me. So I was like, that's not a participation trophy. That shit keeps me up all night. So okay, so that's the difference. But other than that, and then so there was like a table behind us and we had a nice big booth, and there was a table behind us that were in full-on conversation to a point where it was like Carlos Mencia wasn't even there.
I mean,
like,
a comedy's so weird because like people just like go to like blatantly disrespect all the time.
And then these 2 ladies in front of us were completely trashed.
Oh, nice.
And so they were loud having and so they were like back and forth. And then they told us absolutely no cell phones. Yeah. Right? So I mean, I had my cell phone on the table. Yeah. But I didn't touch it, so I was fine. But like you couldn't even pick your phone up to text. Like you just could not. And this table kept forgetting, and so the usher kept walking over and telling her to like put her phone away. A lot of distractions. And then at one point, like the girl got so mad she looked at the usher and called her a bitch. Like it was all kinds of crazy going on in my area, and I was like, "How am I supposed to?" And then like the people sitting next to me, they were pretty quiet until like the server came by with their drinks, and then they were like, "Cheers, girls' night," and I'm like, "Do you guys know where you are?" Like at this point. Like, I've seen people get kicked out of Jimmy Kimmel's for less. Yeah. Like, if you're being disruptive of a show, like...
I think the problem is you kick out people... They were trying to have a sold-out show. Yeah. And so, these people necessarily took those tickets for granted.
Yeah. It was just...
But honestly, it's just weird how comedy always gets, like, the biggest hecklers. But I've also noticed, like, a trend in comedy, like, the Don't Kill Tony and, like, all this other stuff. It's becoming just like cancel culture-y. You know what I'm saying? Like the Tom Brady roast, like it's becoming more controversial, but people are laughing about it because they're like, that's funny. So I'm excited.
It was really a great show, and I hope to go see it again. And hopefully, and then so Doug went, Lefty went, right. And
he stopped by and said
hi. And I was not okay after that. No, it was funny because I was like, "What are you doing here?" Like it was literally like, "Perez Hilton, what are you doing here?" And he was like, "Oh, I just want to go see Carlos Mencia." And I was like, "Oh," and he was like, "Yeah, Gary put me in the front row," and I was like, "Yeah, fuck that." And he sat in the back with Gary and Damien.
That's funny. Like, oh, no.
So then because it's just right there, he like he came to Jimmy Kimmel's for and then I made him a drink, and he was like, it was really good because you made it and you created it. I was like, technically it was a classic cocktail that I reworked, but it's fine. It's fine.
Other people get credit for that all the time.
Day, and I know
other people get credit for that all the time, Jessica.
Yes, I know. He's like, I don't know, I'm a beer drinker, so just give me like
whatever,
something you think. So I don't even care if it's girly, and I'm like, okay, here you go.
That's funny.
So it was good to see him. So I think that when I get back from London, like, so when I've been saving for London and working on this London trip for so long, that like during the week, whenever I can, I'm gonna go out and like see everybody. But on the weekends, I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, and also I think there's just a level too of like, like you said, you're planning for your trip. You want to have the best trip, and once that's done, it'll be like, okay, I can breathe a little bit. Before I start saving for my next one.
Yep. So I want to go see Late Night Magic.
Yeah, and I think now that you know how to budget for it, it's easy. You don't have to shut yourself off as much.
And maybe you can go to see Late Night Magic with me now.
Exactly.
Hey. We love late night magic. I love late night magic. Absolutely go see late night magic.
I mean, Vegas.
Absolutely.
I mean, literally, like top tier Vegas madness.
It really is.
So But yeah, I mean, that was our crazy week.
Yeah.
Well, couple weeks.
A couple weeks. That's still going. Tonight I have to go to Buck's Tavern.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You'll hear all about that.
So the next episode we'll hear all about that. And then because there's a bit of a roast going on. And I told Brian Greenfarb that I would go watch his set.
Yeah.
Also,
I got a sneak peek. It was pretty funny.
Also, Aaron O'Connor, my Marco to my Polo or whatever, however that is. She's my Marco Polo.
Oh, okay.
We have a whole thing. I've got a mug over there that says Marco Polo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what. So Bootylicious Deluxe is playing at Sand Dollar tonight, and that band is so much fun. So it is, it's Tony Carboni, Yesenia Perez, Mike Gunn, and Kevin Molinex.
Ooh.
And Brandon's even going to play tonight, too.
Oh, wow.
So
oh my God.
that band is like... So I saw them a few weeks ago, and they were like, yeah, we're playing on a Wednesday, because normally it's like a Thursday, and I get there after like Steve Byrne.
Yeah.
And they were like, we expect to see you on time tonight, or on the 3rd. I was like, oh, okay.
Guess I gotta be there on time.
Guess I gotta be there on time.
That's funny. Well, it'll be a good time, and we'll definitely tell you guys all about it. I mean, and I can't wait to see where we record next.
Yeah.
I don't know. Keep an eye out.
We're still thinking about it because we had one idea, and then Vegas weather has another. So
yeah, I'm afraid of it in 2 weeks.
Find out where we pop up next.
All right, guys. Well, that was our episode. Thanks for watching.
Bye.